Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and all the friends. A warm welcome to all of you for the inaugural ceremony of the exhibition, 4 Decades, Painter's Journey, a retrospective of works by Arpana Kaur, curated by Swaraj Art Archive team, Noida, at the National Gallery of Modern Art, Bengaluru, in collaboration with Swaraj Art Archive, Noida. As the distinguished guests for today's evening program, we have with us Sri Chiranjeev Singh, IAS retired, Sri Sudhakar Rao, Chairman Advisory Committee, NGMA Bengaluru, Sri Vijay Kumar Agarwal, Founder Swaraj Art Archive, Noida, Srimati Arpana Kaur, artist of this exhibition, and Dr. Satyabhama Badrinath, Director, NGMA Bengaluru. A warm welcome to all of the dignitaries, and I now request all the dignitaries to come up on the stage and start the ceremony lighting the lamp. Thank you. I now request Srimati Satyabhama Badrinath, Director NGMA Bengaluru, to deliver the welcome address.
Good evening, everybody. It's been indeed a very great honor for NGMA Bangalore to host this retrospective exhibition of Arpana Kaur, one of the pioneer women artists of our times. NGMA has always been proactively hosting exhibitions on various issues and themes, and this is something which is more pertaining to social issues and contemporary timescapes. So this is one other added dimension to the exhibitions that are held at NGMA Bengaluru. Arpana Kaur is a very important artist who is constantly and continuously engaged in with a range of social concerns through her artistic works in her lines, colors, and also in her words. She is one of the few women artists of India who started her career as an artist in post-independent era. And her art influences are derived from Punjabi folk literature, Pahadi miniatures, and the writings of her mother, Padma Shri Srimati Ajit Kaur. It is indeed very fascinating to see how through her body of work, she has woven her own personal histories right from the times of the partition, along with addressing other events of violence with a very profound sensitivity for human values and appeal for peace and tranquil spirituality. Apart from her studio practice, she is also very actively engaged with socially marginalized communities and works with them. Another fascinating aspect about this exhibition is that it is a retrospective of her works right from the early 70s till the present, which means the viewers will really get an understanding of her entire gamut of works. On behalf of NGMA Bengaluru, I welcome you, Ms. Kaur, for this evening and for hosting, for having your, selecting this place for having your exhibition here. At this same juncture, I would like to welcome the guest of honor, Mr. Chiranjeevi Singh, IAS retired, for accepting our invitation. And in the course of the evening, I came to also learn that he was instrumental in bringing a branch of NGMA to Bangalore. Sir, but for this, I don't think NGMA would have been, at Bangalore would have been there, and we would have not been able to bring such a large number of exhibitions to Bangalore. Thank you very much, sir, for bringing NGMA to Bangalore and also readily accepting to be here as our chief guest today. I welcome Mr. Agrawal from the Swaraj Art Archives, Noida, who's collaborating this exhibition with the NGMA today, and our pillar of strength, Mr. Sudhakar Rao, chairman of the advisory committee, who's always stood by us in at every moment of time. And I only hope and pray all of you all will be enjoying this exhibition, and I welcome all of you all once again. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. As a small token of appreciation, I now request Satyabama Badri ma'am to present bouquet to our chief guest, Chiranjeev Singh. Ma'am, I would request you to present one to our chairman. I would request ma'am to present one to our artist, Arpana Kaurji. And ma'am, also I request you to present to Mr. Vijay Kumar Agarwal. I request Prarthana Tagore and Priyanka Tagore of the curatorial team from Swaraj Art Archive to come up on stage and receive a small memento and bouquet as a token of appreciation, which will be presented by the director, NGMA, Satyabama ma'am. So the idea of appreciating or encouraging the youngster, that was by our AOMF, and he thought that the youngster should be encouraged. That's the intention, ma'am. I now request Mr. Sudhakar Rao ji to give us remarks.
To you, and a warm welcome to NGMA Bangalore for what is surely one of its red letter days. An exhibition actually of Arpana Kaur's paintings, and a marvelous collection it is too. So my congratulations also to the young curators and the director of Swaraj, who done a great job. And I must say it's a lovely invitation card also that you brought out. I think it's one of the best that I have seen, and my compliments to you on that too. The general principle that anybody who's familiar with the art and culture scene, I did want to have this opportunity to say a few things, and which is about the artist herself. First and foremost, I find from the program which was just handed over to me that there are no remarks that she is going to give. So, ma'am, I will request you that you must come and speak to the audience. No, maybe generally about art and culture. You need not speak about your work if that's awkward. But I'm sure they're all wanting to hear you speak more than any one of us, barring Mr. Singh, I suppose. The other thing I wanted to mention was that my wife happens to know Arpana ji and her mother. In fact, I have attended. Her mother is a very remarkable person, sort of has a intellectual salon kind of thing in the Games Village, National Games Village in Delhi, to which she invites artists, authors, poets. Every now and then, I don't know whether that system still continues. And I remember going to one of them with my wife, and that time feeling rather deprived, rather sort of cheated, because Arpana ji that time was traveling and was not there. But it's a remarkable mother and daughter team. And I think Arpana ji owes a lot to kind of lessons that she learned from her mother. Second personal point I wanted to mention is there is a print, I think it's a serigraph perhaps, of one of her Buddha series paintings, which hangs very proudly in the apartment of my son in Washington. The only painting that's there on the wall, and that modest apartment is really sort of uplifted by that beautiful painting with the Buddha there, even though it's a print. And finally, that from her 84 Riots series, I think it was, and I think that also got the Triennale award, there was a painting called So What. I think it sort of, I think the title perhaps, and the paintings in that series was that how indifferent we are to catastrophic events, however serious they are. And this painting is there in the NGMA Bangalore. A couple of years ago, I think it was in 2004 or 2003 or 2004, that we got a letter from her saying that, you have this painting of mine in NGMA Bangalore. And, I have since moved on in these 30 years. I suppose, she's evolved as a comprehensive artist, and she actually gifted a painting from a Day and Night, I think, Day and Night series, a marvelous painting. So we now have two paintings of Arpana Kaur ji in the NGMA Bangalore collection, one of which is thanks to her generosity, and it's a gift from her. It's another matter that even to accept that gift, I had to follow up, and it took about 6 to 8 months, but then that's how the government works. We really look gift horses in their mouths anyway. So I'm very, very pleased to welcome you all. Arpana ji, I do hope you will say a few words to the audience here. And Mr. Agarwal, thank you so much for having helped in bringing this exhibition show to NGMA Bangalore. And we would like to hear from you too about your collection and about your involvement with her work. Meanwhile, please enjoy the exhibition. Do come again and again, and it's on till the 4th of December, and I'm sure it's worth several visits, not just one. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. I now request Mr. Agarwal ji to come up and say a few words.
Thank you very much, and thank you NGMA and Arpana ji for helping organize this exhibition. And I must say the staff and people in NGMA Bangalore have really done a fantastic job in putting together this exhibition, which I'm sure you will see. I'm not much of a speaker because I spend most of my time in collecting art, admiring art, and keep it. Unfortunately, neither in Delhi nor in Bengaluru. I've been here 5-6 times. First time I came, I was staying at ITC New Hotel, and it took me 2 days to find out where NGMA was. And then they gave me the old address of old NGMA. Then by asking different people, we found out where NGMA was. And once I came here, it's such a beautiful place. In India, I don't think we have a museum such beautifully located, with such a beautiful building and such atmosphere, and the collection you have in your old building is really fantastic. I come every time, I spend half an hour, 1 hour, 2 hours looking again and again, because art is there to appreciate. And what is very disheartening in India, anywhere you go, except maybe the artists themselves, that there's no footfall. People in India just don't know what art is, how to admire art. They spend crores of rupees buying art, but they do not know what art is. A lot of people come to me because they know I collect art, I know a little bit about art. Please tell me where to buy good art. But then they also add, please tell me which will also appreciate. As well, then don't buy art. Buy shares, buy land, buy something else. And I always tell everybody, first buy art books, learn about art, read about art. It's not necessary to buy a 10 crore painting to appreciate good art. And that's what I like Arpanaji's work. And it's not a 10 crore piece painting, but her paintings are better than some of the 10 crore piece paintings we sold. And this thing, I've been collecting her art last 25 years. And every time I see a painting, I can't let it go. And then she told me about 5 years ago, Vijay, you have enough of a painting, don't buy anymore. And I've tried not to buy anymore, but again, something comes up for sale, you just can't let it go because it's such a beautiful painting. And she's done a wonderful, I think, job in putting, as you said before, the different part of Indian history, different incident what happened in India. And she's a wonderful artist. But I was telling Doctor before that the museums and people in the art world have to find a way to persuade Indians to appreciate art and culture. Not only painting, but drama, dance, and everything. What we had in the 70s during Mrs. Indira Gandhi time. In Delhi also we saw all the art, all the culture, all the musical, drama, theatre, which today doesn't exist. People just don't have the time. They don't know where it is, how to find it. I mean, like an NGMA in Delhi, there's India Gate. Here at least you have to make an effort to come. But India Gate, everybody passes by every day. But nobody goes there. Nobody knows where India, Jaipur House is, where NGMA Beautiful Collection is. When even Amrita Shegel show came, hardly anybody went there. If in America, if Amrita Shegel show had gone to America, there would have 1 million people to see it. But nobody here. And I, as a gift, I never buy flowers, I never buy other gifts. I only give art books as presents. And it came to a point where the NGM in Delhi stopped giving me Amrita Shegel books because I'd show up every 2 weeks, buying another 20 books. And then I had to get permission from the director of NGMA. And he even says, I can only sell 9 books at a time. That means I have to make that many trips to buy books. But I think we have so much scope to promote art and to tell people what art is, whether it is Amrita Shegel or Arpita Kaurji or other artists, young artists, that is unlimited scope. And then to preserve art. At Swaraj Archive, we not only try to buy art, keep art, which we do, but then to preserve it. I mean, I buy so many arts which are not from auction house, not from gallery, from small dealers around India, which are in bad condition, which nobody will look at it. But I have learned during the time that this can be restored. This needs to be restored. And we have a restorer in India, sometime in Poland, sometime in London, to get them restored, including paperworks. And Samiti and my girls know that how much time and effort we spent in getting art restored. And one of the reasons for making the building, like your building, is to make it air conditioned and humidity proof so that they don't get spoiled. I think Arpanaji was telling me that somebody in Bombay, basement had painting lying, wonderful painting, and getting fungus, and people just don't know how to take care of art. Yeah, in Bombay. So that's this thing is, and I really, really enjoy art world, artists, art world, and my restorer, people who help me restore the art. And anyway, but we've had to find a way to get foothold. All the museums, all these things must make some effort to increase. And I mean, one of the reasons we brought this show to Bangalore is to introduce Amritaji, Arpanaji to Bangalore and let people see the call. But it is the people have to now make the effort to come and see her works and other exhibitions which keep coming. Like last month we had Ramachandran exhibition. It's a wonderful exhibition it was in Delhi also. Anyway, this word, thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We hope to see you back here again. Now I request Arpana ji to come and say a few words.
Every artist's dream is to have a retrospective while they are living, and it's a dream come true in such a beautiful, the most beautiful of the NGMAs. I have to thank NGMA Bangalore and also to thank Swaraj Art Archive, Mr. Vijay Agarwal, who's been buying my very difficult works from art dealers and galleries, very, very difficult works which never sold. 1984 Massacre and Widows of Vrindavan. He somehow likes those very heavy, depressing early works of mine. So I always like my new works. And the curators, Pratna and Priyanka, and the director of Swaraj Art Archive have worked very hard to group these, not chronologically, but theme-wise. And you will see that the text and the catalog and the way the exhibition is done is very beautiful. I mean, this is the ultimate any artist could hope for, and you want all your artist friends to come, and they are there in the audience. I'm so grateful to all of them for being here, because for me, showing in a city is connecting with my contemporaries, and thank you, therefore, for being here also. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. I now request Chief Guest Chiranjeev Singh ji to come and give his inaugural address.
Friends, it is an honor to have inaugurated Arpana ji's retrospective. And I compliment the NGMA and the curators and Agarwal Sahab for making this show possible. It is indeed a remarkable show because it gives you an idea of Arpana's development over the years and the themes and concerns which she has taken up in her paintings. Arpana is I should say, stands apart from the other artists of Punjab. If we look at the works of Punjabi artists of the last century and now the contemporary ones, say beginning with Chughtai, two of whose works are there in the NGMA. Chughtai represented the continuation of the Punjab school of art, the miniature and the Persian and Mughal heritage of Punjab. After that, artists like Allah Baksh specifically said that he tried to capture the quality of light. Anna Molka and Allah Baksh, through their landscapes, they tried to capture the beauty of the landscape of Punjab and the quality of light. Incidentally, when I came to Karnataka, I found the quality of light very different. And it took me some time to get used to it because the red soil and the black soil of Karnataka and the southern latitude comparatively compared to Punjab reflect the light differently. So there is a difference in quality of light. And Allah Baksh had said that he tried to capture that special quality of light. So that's another aspect of the what you can say the Punjab school of painting. And then after that, with people like Krishan Khanna and Satish Gujral, Amarnath Sehgal, partition was the defining moment. The trauma of partition, no artist in Punjab has escaped that. And Satish Gujral has done a lot of work on that, all the Punjabi artists. And though Arpana ji was born after that event, but having grown up with the effects of partition, it's very much present in her work also. Satish, of course, later on, as the refugees prospered, the color palette also changed and the prosperity is also reflected in those works. But Arpana stands apart. With all this, I mean, all the concerns of the earlier artists of Punjab, she has in her works, and yet what is special about her work is that she represents the philosophy of what Punjab and Punjabi culture stand for. The great poet of Punjab, Puran Singh, had said that Punjab vasada gurate naate, that Punjab survives by the name of the Gurus, because that's the, you can say, the elixir which kind of permeates all Punjabi culture, this side or that side of the border. And she has been very much influenced by that. You'll see even in the paintings shown here, the motif of thread and scissors and needle recurs in her works. Now, scissors, they represent tearing apart. And that's what partition was actually. And thread and needle, they represent stitching, bringing together. So this dichotomy of first tearing apart and bringing together is very much part of every Punjabi's experience, and it is very much there. And then Guru Granth Sahib is one place where you have Kabir ji and Sheikh Farid ji on one side, and Surdas ji and Ravidas ji and Ramanand ji, along with other saints and gurus, together at one place. And that you see here. Whenever I see her works, I am reminded of some quotation or the other from Gurbani. You see the Buddha shown here with bones representing death. And immediately the line which came to my mind was Pehla maran kabool kar, Jeevan ki chadas. First you accept the reality of death and give up the hope of life, and then you move on. So straight away it comes to one's mind. And then themes like Soni Mahiwal and Kabir ji's, for example, because as I mentioned, Kabir ji and Ravidas ji and Guru Sahibaan, they are all there. So these are the influences which have been expressed in her paintings. She's a painter of ideas. She's a painter of feelings. You can say every artist is a painter of feelings and ideas, but more than that, Arpana is a painting of the philosophy of Punjab, the philosophy, the outlook which is represented by Gurbani, and that's something very special about her work. In fact, a whole book has been brought out about her paintings on Guru Nanak, which she doesn't know about, incidentally. So that's typical of Arpana ji. Somebody has brought out a book and she doesn't know that this book has been brought out. Now, in her iconography of Guru Nanak, and even in the popular iconography of Guru Nanak, you see Guru Nanak and Bala and Mardana, two of his disciples who accompanied him on his travels, not only in India but abroad also. Now, Mardana, though he sang his compositions, remained with him throughout his life, and yet he never, Guru never asked him to leave his religion. And at the end of his peregrinations, Mardana said, "You have been all over, you have not taken me to Makkah." And Guru Sahib went to Makkah because Mardana wanted. On the way back, Mardana then at Khorramshahr, he breathed his last. His Hajj was fulfilled. So you have Mardana on one side and Bala, who remained a Hindu along with Guru Sahib. Now, this is the kind of synthesis this iconography represents and this culture of Punjab represents, which is something unique to Punjab. The other day I was talking to someone in the BIC, there was some talk, and there was talk about, as usual in Karnataka, whatever the subject, ultimately it comes to caste. So somebody was talking about caste, and I said, look, in Punjab, the food at least, this was about cuisine. The cuisine is the same, whether it is the Muslim household or Hindu household or the Sikh household. The division is vegetarian and non-vegetarian, but cuisine is the same. But here you have the Lingayat Uta, you have the Madhva Uta, you have the Iyengar Uta, and they specify that this is pure Iyengar Uta or this is pure Lingayat Uta, etc. So that's why I said that these are some of the special features of Punjabi thought, which are very much represented in Arpana's works. So she is not only a painter of figures, she is a painter of what those figures stand for, the ideas, the philosophy. And that's why her work to me speaks in different layers. I mean, there are meanings in her work which you discover. Each time you see the works, you find something new. You find a different layer. You find another meaning in the work. Maybe to someone who is not familiar with the Punjabi folklore, Punjabi literature or Gurbani, it will take time to study these works, but I can assure you that the effort is worth, the result would be worth the effort. And I'm very happy that Bangalore has a chance to see this retrospective, which tells you about her concerns over the last 30-40 years or so. No artist that I know of has done as much charitable and social work as Arpana ji and Ajit ji, her mother. The amount of charitable work, the amount of donations done by them, the amount of support to the destitute, to the women, which both of them have done together, is something amazing. As I said, no artist that I know of has done that much in his or her personal capacity for the society as much as they have done. Every brick of the center which has been built in Delhi by Ajit ji and Arpana ji has been brought by the paintings sold by Arpana. And everything that has happened there is because of these two. And not only that, there are so many nameless beneficiaries who have benefited from their charity, their munificence. The social, the vocational school which they have been running for the women for the last 35 years now, 40 years. For the last 40 years, is just one of the good deeds that they are doing. So it's not only the ideas which you see on the canvas, it is also in the deeds that you see what they are doing, so which is something very special. Ajitji, her mother, is one of the topmost Punjabi authors. Though Amrita Pritam is known more outside because of the translations, but Ajitji also now is beginning to be translated into English and other languages, and she stands alongside her. The triumvirate of Punjabi feminist writing, Amrita Pritam, Ajit Kaur, and Prabjot Kaur, these three are the leading ones. So she has grown up with that. And there have been personal traumas, personal tragedies in life, apart from the trauma of partition which all of us faced. And some of Ajitji's stories about partition are heart-rending, as also her stories about the events of 1984, the massacre and genocide of 1984. It's not rioting, it was genocide. And so naturally, all that is reflected in the paintings. And anyone who is connected with the society, with the roots, will not be just a bystander. Arpana and Ajitji have not been bystanders. In their own way, they have tried to do whatever they could do to make this society a better society, this place a better place. And the sum total of their deeds is ultimately the sum total of goodness. And that's why Arpana is such a special artist. Not only the work she has done on the canvas, the work she has done in society along with her mother is as remarkable as the paintings. And that's what makes it so special. And for me, every work has deep meanings. There are layers. If you see Soni Mahiwal, many of you might have heard of Soni Mahiwal or seen the films. I was just suggesting that along with Soni Mahiwal, do the series now on the Kissas of Punjab, that is Heer Ranjha, Soni Mahiwal, Mirza Sahiba, and Sahati Murad and Sassi Punnu. These are the great love lores of Punjab, and that you do a series on that. And also, I was suggesting that she do a series on the saints and their Bani in the Guru Granth Sahib, but she said that has already been done. She has painted that at an ashram in Mathura, which probably now should be brought out as a series. So we look forward to more works by Arpana ji and more exhibitions here. And once again, thanks to the National Gallery of Modern Art, because since they started having their special exhibitions, we have had so many, Rabindranath Tagore, Amrita Shergill, and the others also, there's so many of them, and now Arpana's retrospective. Thank you very much. And a special word for Agarwal Sahab, that he has collected these works and preserved them and allowed them to be seen by the public at large. Sir, we thank you for that. But for that, we would not have had this magnificent show. I know many collectors who are not willing to show their works to public. But Agarwal ji has very generously brought the works to Bangalore. You know, it's not easy to bring works. There are problems of insurance, problems of transportation, packing, etc. It's not easy, and yet he has agreed to share his treasures with us. Thank you very much. And as everybody has said, the curators have done a very fine job. So enjoy the exhibition, and I hope we'll have more opportunities for Arpana to come to Bangalore. I have been seeing her work when she started. I must now confess that there is a family connection also, but it's a great opportunity, and it's an honor for me to have inaugurated this show. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. At this point of moment, it becomes very important to remember our OSD, Rihanna ma'am, who is no more with us. We lost her a few months ago. She was one of a very good friend of Arpana ji, and she worked a lot towards getting her work here. And in fact, she was very keen that she would. So I request all of you to just give a 1 minute silence, praying for her soul to rest in peace. Thank you all. Thanks. First and foremost, our sincere thanks to Sri Chiranjeev Singh for accepting our invitation and taking time out from his busy schedule to be part of this inaugural ceremony. Thank you, sir. I thank Sri Sudhakar Rao ji and Sri Agarwal ji for their esteemed presence for this evening. Thank you, sir. I also extend our gratitude to Srimati Arpana Kaur, the artist, and Satyabama Badrinath, Director, NGMA Bengaluru, for their presence. Thank you, ma'am. I would also like to acknowledge Swaraj Art Archive, Noida, for putting up this exhibition. And finally, thank all my colleagues and staff members at NGMA Bengaluru for their support. Thank you all. Now we will have a formal opening at the entrance of the gallery. We would be going there, and after the formal opening, there'll be the viewing of the exhibition. To finishing the viewing of, after viewing the exhibition, I request all of you to join at the cafe space for the high tea. And before we conclude, one announcement. On 11th, the Friday of this month, Dhaka Visa, in collaboration with NGMA Bengaluru, we have a visual presentation by Bangalore-based artist Bala Nambiar at 5 o'clock. I request all of you to join for the visual presentation. Thank you all and have a warm evening.
Thank you.